Monkey D. Loopy. Monkey D. Loopy is the captain of the pirate crew and also our main character. He is cheerful, optimistic, and has a kind heart, embodying the spirit of freedom and justice. He always prioritizes friendship and loyalty, willing to face any enemy to protect his loved ones. Luffy's dream of becoming the Pirate King is not just about power or fame. For him, finding the One Piece treasure and earning that title represents absolute freedom. In terms of strength, Luffy possesses a unique ability from Gomu Gomu no Mi, which turns his body into rubber. Much like how rubber can stretch and bounce, Luffy's body can elongate, spring back, and even resist electricity. This ability gives him a wide array of diverse and unique attacks. Of course, we have to mention the gear system, Luffy power-enhancing states. Gear Second, for instance, results from Luffy accelerating his blood circulation and oxygen flow, significantly boosting his speed and strength. When combined with Haki, Luffy can execute powerful attack chains like the Hawk, Eagle, and Rock series. For Gear Third, by blowing air into his bones through his thumb, Luffy can enlarge his body parts, delivering massive punches and kicks with destructive force. Moving on to Gear Fourth, Luffy introduces 3 new forms, each with unique characteristics: Bound Man, Tank Man, and Snake Man. Finally, Gear Fifth represents the pinnacle of Luffy power, achieved when he awakens the Nika Devil Fruit and embodies both Nika and Joy Boy. With Gear 5, Luffy's imagination becomes his ultimate power. He can turn everything around him into rubber, enlarge his body to massive sizes, or bend and twist his opponent's attacks. I've made a more detailed video about Luffy transformations, so you can check it out on my channel if you're interested. By the way, I want to thank everyone who has supported us all this time. We're aiming for 10,000 subs, and we need your support. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We know there's always room for improvement, so your feedback means a lot to us. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment below. Thanks so much again. Zoro. Roronoa Zoro is a very serious, calm, and highly responsible individual. He always keeps his promises and is extremely loyal to Captain Luffy and the rest of the crew. Despite often appearing tough and cold, Zoro deeply values friendship and is always ready to sacrifice himself for his teammates. Zoro is an exceptional swordsman, known for his unique three-sword style, a fighting technique that has become his trademark. When discussing Zoro's combat techniques, we have to mention onigiri, one of his most well-known techniques, showcases his mastery of using all 3 swords simultaneously. Tatsumaki is another particularly impressive technique, where Zoro creates powerful tornadoes with his spinning slashes. This move is especially effective against multiple enemies. For long-range attacks, Zoro's series of 36, 72, and 108 caliber Phoenix techniques allow him to compress air with his sword swings and launch it like cannon fire. Asura, or the 9-sword style, is perhaps Zoro's most impressive technique, even though it's not used frequently. By creating the illusion of 2 extra heads and 4 extra arms, Zoro takes on a form resembling the mythical deity Asura. After obtaining Enma, Zoro developed the King of Hell style for his 3-sword style. Enma draws out the maximum amount of Haki and channels it into all 3 swords, significantly increasing their power and range. Besides the 3-sword style, Zoro is also skilled in other techniques like the 2-sword style, 1-sword style, and even the no-sword style, which he uses in situations where he loses his swords. Physically, Zoro possesses extraordinary strength, and his endurance far exceeds that of an ordinary person. Zoro has repeatedly demonstrated an incredible ability to endure pain. In the battle against Bartholomew Kuma at Thriller Bark, he took on all of Luffy's pain, despite already being severely injured. Interestingly, Zoro has a terrible sense of direction. He seems to get lost no matter where he is or what situation he's in, making it a running joke throughout the series. Nami. Speaking of navigation skills, let's talk about Nami, the crew's navigator. Nami possesses unique skills that make her an irreplaceable member of the team. First of all, she has an incredibly sharp mind. While Luffy and Usopp are flexible and often bring unexpected surprises, Nami excels in logical and systematic thinking. She has the ability to view the world realistically and create plans based on math and science. Secondly, Nami has a special ability to sense weather changes through her body. She can predict cyclones, storms, or hurricanes before they happen, giving the crew enough time to react and find safety. In battle, Nami is an expert at controlling and utilizing the weather. Even when facing Enel, she was able to deflect some of his lightning attacks by cleverly using thunderballs. Nami wields the climate tact, a weapon originally created by Usopp mainly for magic tricks, to generate hot and cold air pockets. By manipulating these air pockets, she can create illusions with Mirage Tempo, or unleash powerful lightning strikes with Thunderbolt Tempo. Later, the climate tact was upgraded to the perfect climate tact by incorporating dials. After 2 years of training, the sorcery climate tact was introduced with even more impressive power. Her lightning attacks became strong enough to destroy an entire bar, and Mirage Tempo could render her completely invisible for a short period. She also gained wind-based attacks like Gust Sword, and used weather eggs such as Heat Egg, which could explode and affect the surrounding area. The latest version, the Sorcery Climate Tact second model, combines scientific knowledge from Weatheria with Usopp's Pop Greens and Frankie's technology. By capturing Zeus within the climate tact, Nami's lightning attacks were significantly enhanced. Besides her ability to control the weather, Nami also takes on the role of the crew's treasurer. This girl has a deep love for money, and I think that's adorable. Sanji. Sanji, the final member of the monster trio alongside Loopy and Zoro, is the crew's chef. His cooking skills ensure that the team stays healthy and well-nourished. But Sanji's value isn't limited to the kitchen. He is also one of the strongest fighters in the crew. His fighting style focuses on powerful kicks, based on the philosophy that a chef must protect his hands at all costs. However, there was one time before the time skip when Sanji used his hands in battle. This happened during the Enies Lobby arc, when he faced Wanze, a chef from CP7. Wanze wore armor made of ramen, and since they were fighting in a kitchen, Sanji decided to use knives to defeat him. It was quite an impressive display of skill. In battle, Sanji shows remarkable agility and strength, easily taking down opponents like Mr. Two and Jabura. His technique, Diable Jambe, allows him to ignite his legs and unleash powerful fiery kicks, becoming a signature move when the Straw Hats stormed Enies Lobby. Sanji's strength truly blossomed after the time skip. After 2 years of intense training in the Kamabaka Kingdom, Sanji returned with a stronger physique, better control over Diable Jambe, and, most importantly, the ability to use both observation haki and armament haki. This training also led to the development of new abilities like Skywalk and Blue Walk, making him a threat both in the air and underwater, vastly expanding his mobility compared to before. One of Sanji's most terrifying techniques after the time skip is Hell Memories. First used to defeat Watatsumi. By recalling painful memories, Sanji's entire body ignites, allowing him to unleash powerful fiery kicks capable of taking down even giant opponents. The pinnacle of Sanji's techniques after the time skip is Ifrit Jambe, a more advanced and powerful version of Diable Jambe. By combining his genetically enhanced body with armament haki, Sanji can produce bright blue-white flames, which burn at much higher temperatures than the regular Diable Jambe. Sanji has come a long way since the pre-time skip days, and his journey is not just about physical strength, but also about the growth in his mindset and fighting abilities. However, even with all his strength and skills, Sanji has a major weakness: his chivalry. He cannot harm women, even when faced with danger. Well, sometimes his sense of being a gentleman puts him in risky situations, but personally, I really like his politeness and sense of honor. Usopp. Usopp, although often known for his natural talent in lying and being very shy, especially in the early parts of the story, became braver in battle after his 2 years of training, even though he still kept his cautious nature. Usopp has a natural talent for all types of projectile weapons. His sniping ability is extremely impressive. He was able to shoot Spandam from a distance that even soldiers with guns couldn't counterattack. With the awakening of observation haki, Usopp was able to take down Sugar in Dressrosa from an unimaginable range. Besides his sniping skills, Usopp also has remarkable endurance, especially considering he's one of the normal members of the crew. In many battles, he's been beaten badly but continues to get back up and fight. Of course, he will always prioritize avoiding direct confrontation if possible. In terms of fighting, Usopp's greatest strength is probably not his sniping, but his ability to survive. I mean, he's not the strongest member of the crew, but he makes it incredibly difficult for enemies to defeat him. His strength probably lies in his creativity. He often comes up with plans to overcome opponents much stronger than him. He is a funny and extremely unpredictable character, which makes him a favorite of many people. When it comes to weapons, Usopp primarily uses a slingshot. Ginga Pachinko, his first rubber slingshot, may seem simple like a child's toy, but it can shoot various projectiles such as stones, eggs, smoke bombs, fire bullets. When he arrived at Enies lobby as Sniper King, he switched to using Kabuto, a much larger and cooler slingshot. After his training, Kuro Kabuto was created, a more compact and living weapon. It can grow in size when watered and digest surrounding debris to create projectiles. The improved version, Great Kuro Kabuto, was used to shoot Bagworm Star, a long-range attack with a built-in propulsion system that allows the projectiles to travel incredible distances. This is the weapon that took down Sugar. Chopper. Chopper is a very special character with the role of the ship's doctor. Many fans joke that he's also the crew's food reserve, since he's a reindeer who ate the Hito Hito no Mi. Like other Zoan Devil Fruit users, Chopper has three basic forms: his pure reindeer form, his human form, which is not exactly like a regular human, with impressive muscle strength, and his hybrid form, which he uses most frequently. He also invented the Rumble Ball, which gives Chopper 4 additional transformation forms: long legs, which allows him to jump extraordinary distances; guard point, which gives him a thick fur for high defense; arm point, which enhances his muscle strength to an amazing level; and horn point, where he grows large horns to charge or throw opponents. Initially, the Rumble Ball only worked for 3 minutes, and required 6 hours to safely use again. Overusing the Rumble Ball could lead to serious consequences, especially when using the third pill, as Chopper would transform into Monster Point, a giant, uncontrollable monster that attacks anyone in sight, even his own teammates. After the 2-year time skip, Chopper significantly improved his ability to control his transformations. He was particularly able to master Monster Point. A new form, Kung Fu Point, was also created, combining the strengths of both Arm Point and Jumping Point, allowing Chopper to deliver fast and powerful attacks. Thanks to his many transformations, Chopper became a versatile warrior on the battlefield, capable of adapting to various situations. Robin. Robin is a unique character, and the only member of the Straw Hat crew with her special traits. She is exceptionally intelligent and very calm. As a scholar, she has extensive knowledge about the world, and it is this understanding that has helped ensure her safety throughout her journey. Robin ate the Hana Hana no Mi, a devil fruit that allows her to create body parts like hands, feet, eyes, and ears on any surface, including her opponent's bodies. This ability allows her to attack or defend from a distance. One of her most iconic attacks involves sprouting arms on her opponent's back, grabbing their head, and pulling it back to break their spine. Robin can also combine multiple body parts at once, such as creating wings from many hands to fly for short periods. Demonio Fleur is Robin's strongest technique, where she creates a gigantic, destructive version of herself, which she used to defeat Black Maria. In the first half of the series, Robin's Devil Fruit was considered one of the most powerful, allowing her to easily take down multiple enemies while keeping herself safe. However, this devil fruit also has some notable weaknesses. First, if any of the body parts Robin creates are injured, the damage will directly transfer to her real body. The body parts created by the Hana Hana no Mi are vulnerable to environmental factors like fire or powerful attacks. Second, Robin needs to see the surface where she wants to create body parts. This means that if she can't see her target, she can't use her powers effectively. Lastly, the body parts Robin creates have physical strength equal to her own. If an opponent is physically stronger, these body parts can be easily destroyed. However, what makes Robin irreplaceable, especially as the story nears its end, is her ability to read poneglyphs. Poneglyphs contain information about the Void Century and the locations of the ancient weapons, as well as the path to Laugh Tale, where the One Piece treasure is hidden. Because of this ability, Robin has become a target of many powerful forces, including the world government, and without her, Luffy would not be able to become the Pirate King. Frankie. Frankie is a half-human, half-robot character. He has a muscular body with many mechanical parts. His cyborg body allows him to hide weapons and make many unique upgrades. Frankie can use Cola to launch powerful attacks, like Coup de Vent, which releases a burst of compressed air from his arm. Another signature move is Strong Right, where he launches his right fist toward the enemy and retracts it using chains built into his body. Centaur is a unique technique where Frankie extends the front part of his legs to form an inverted centaur shape, often used to knock down opponents and deliver a series of punches. His strongest technique is Frankie Invincible, where he lies down to hide the weak spot on his back. Although it sounds funny, it's extremely effective. After the time skip, Frankie upgraded to Battle Frankie 37 with significant improvements. He can grow smaller hands from the palms of his hands to perform detailed tasks. His Radical Beam is an upgraded version of Coup de Vent, shooting a laser instead of compressed air. He's also equipped with rockets and can turn his legs into tank-like treads. Finally, there's Iron Pirate General Frankie, or Battle Frankie 38. By combining with Black Rhino and Brachio Tank, Frankie creates a massive and impressive robot. He's equipped with the Frankensword, a drill on his head capable of piercing the sky, and extremely high defense, making it difficult for missiles to harm him. Yeah, everyone in the crew has their own role. Frankie can be seen as the crew's mechanical engineer. He fixes things. Brooke. Brooke, the Soul King, is the musician and one of the two swordsmen of the crew. Brooke ate the Yomi Yomi no Mi, a devil fruit that gave him a second chance at life after death. After being resurrected, he became a living skeleton, with only his signature afro hair remaining. An extraordinary walking, talking skeleton. Thanks to his extremely light weight, he can run on water, skillfully overcoming the typical weakness devil fruit users have with water. Brooke is resistant to heat, cold, lightning, and diseases. He can even survive after being decapitated and recover by simply drinking milk. As for his abilities, Brooke can separate his soul from his body to become a ghost, allowing him to pass through walls and sneak into areas that are normally difficult to access. As a swordsman, Brooke uses a unique sword style that combines classical swordsmanship with iaido. This style emphasizes speed and precision. One of Brooke's signature moves, Hanauta Sancho, Yahazu Giri, involves attacking the opponent with such speed that it seems like nothing has happened. Only when Brooke has passed a certain distance does the opponent realize they have been attacked. Brooke can coat the blade of his sword with his soul energy, creating an ice sword that can freeze his opponents. As the crew's musician, Brooke is skilled in playing the violin, piano, and guitar. Even more impressively, he can cast spells into his melodies to create special effects on listeners, such as putting them to sleep or hypnotizing them to imagine they are at a festival, an extremely useful ability when facing enemies. It's safe to say that the Straw Hat Pirates are incredibly lucky to have Brooke. He is not only a warrior, but also a talented artist, and his music can soothe the atmosphere, inspire, and lift the spirits of everyone. He is truly an interesting companion and an indispensable source of positive energy throughout the long journey of the crew. Jinbe. Jinbe, Knight of the Sea is a whale shark fishman. I've talked about him in a previous video, so I'll keep his part brief. Among fishmen, Jinbe is considered one of the strongest to ever appear. His main source of power lies in his mastery of fishman karate. He defeated Moria with a single blow and took down Charlotte Opera with just one punch. His endurance is legendary. During the battle at Marineford, Jinbe withstood many powerful attacks from enemies like Akainu and was still able to continue fighting. Big Mom herself admitted that Jinbe's departure would be a huge loss of strength for her crew. With his knowledge of the seas and ability to navigate ships, Jinbe became another helmsman for the Straw Hat Pirates. He can steer the Thousand Sunny through rough waves with ease. Frankie even commented that Jinbe is the one who can unlock the full potential of the Sunny. Jinbe is a mature individual who remains calm, clever, and logical in every situation, making him an inspirational figure. His words carry great weight, and he can help Luffy overcome emotional crises, especially after Ace's death. Vivy. We can't forget Vivy. Although she could not officially join the crew due to her royal duties, Vivy is still considered a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. Vivy sometimes has a rather innocent view of the world, but it's undeniable that she genuinely cares for those around her, especially the members of the Straw Hat crew. She chose to stop her journey to find a doctor to treat Nami, instead of immediately returning to save her kingdom. Vivy's signature weapon is the Peacock Slashers, which can spin around her fingers. If she faces an enemy that is too strong or fast, Vivy can use mesmerizing dances from the patterns on her clothes or the scent of her perfume to stun her opponents. Although her combat strength is not outstanding, Vivy's diplomatic skills and ability to persuade are incredibly valuable, especially in situations like Reverie. Her ability to build alliances and create trust can be just as sharp as any physical attack. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.